Hello, and welcome to another Tristan Has Thoughts Destiny 2 discussion. Today I want to tackle the complicated issue of resilience in Destiny 2. You may expect me to take the route of resilience is too strong or it makes the game too easy, but I actually plan to take a different approach. I personally feel the way resilience scales and its sudden implementation into the game has choked out our other two main stats, being recovery and mobility. I don't plan to speak about the balanced discussion of 100 resilience being 40% damage reduction, as I feel that is a larger can of worms I don't want to open at this moment. Let's first take a look at how most of our stats scale upwards. Using strength as an example, a medium investment of 50 stat points will net you a 42% reduction in your melee cooldown. Now, if you choose to push that to 100 strength, you will see a 68% reduction in your melee cooldowns. Going from 50 to 100 stat points does not double the cooldown reduction and instead becomes less effective as you move up the tiers. A majority of our stats work similar to this. The first few investments into that stat are more meaningful, and as you move up into the high 60s and past, you generally see less efficiency for your investment. This means that moderate investments into these stats will see very good results cooldown reduction wise, and anything past that is simply a nice bonus. Resilience currently does not work this way though. Resilience at 50 stat points is only an 8% damage reduction, whereas 100 resilience is a 40% damage reduction. A moderate investment into resilience is worthless. The way it scales forces you to invest 90 to 100 points into the stat to see any value from it. I think this is currently a large issue with resilience. It simply scales in a way that none of our other stats do. With resilience also having such a powerful damage reduction added, it naturally pushes down the value of other core stats like mobility and recovery. Recovery is a valuable stat with its ability to start health regeneration faster, but pales in comparison to a 40% damage reduction. Mobility also suffers quite a bit, as higher mobility only affects strafe speed and walk speed along with a few other smaller things. I guess I should point out here before I see comments on it, I am looking at this from a PvE perspective. I understand recovery and mobility may have more value in PvP with being able to get back into gunfights faster, and being able to strafe faster with higher mobility, but I think in PvE they feel stifled by resilience. Titans currently have it made when it comes to stat distributions. With resilience also being tied to their class ability, it's a no-brainer for them to sink 100 points into it. From here, they can dedicate points wherever they feel, without the need to sink points into another stat to achieve a powerful PvE benefit. Hunters and Warlocks, on the other hand, must not only put 100 points into their respective class ability stat, but also into resilience. This inherently stifles their ability to allocate stats where they choose, as they lose access to almost 100 stat points simply by resilience existing. Hunters I think suffer the most, as mobility has the least benefit in PvE aside from affecting their dodge cooldown. How do we fix this though? I think personally resilience should scale up more on the front end. Have the first 50 points work up towards 20 to 30% damage reduction, and have the next 50 move it towards 40. As I said earlier, currently 50 resilience is only equal to an 8% damage resistance buff. If we move 50 resilience up to be around 25 to 30% damage reduction, it is much more bearable to lightly invest in resilience and not feel like you're losing out on such a powerful benefit. You can still choose to max out resilience to hit that 40% damage reduction, but it's not such an insane blow to not have it maxed. I feel this would allow more diversity with stat distribution, especially for Warlocks and Hunters, as it could free upwards of 50 stat points for them. Be sure to let me know your thoughts below. Do you think the current resilience scaling is good because it forces more investment into the stat? Do you think additional PvE benefits should be added to recovery and mobility? Please remain respectful in the comment section and I will respond to any discussions that I see. A reminder to subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, as I do upload daily, and remember, for each like this video gets, a capybara gets a big scritch.